The Indian rupee ended the day at 62.09 to the dollar ahead of the US Fed policy decision later tonight. The rupee got a brief respite after the RBI decided to keep its policy on hold. The rupee touched an intraday high at 61.77 to the dollar before giving up those gains. The strength in the dollar index is also weighing onto the currency. Let's get in then. Joining us on the evening is N.S. Venkatesh, who's Head Treasury, IDBI Bank, and Vijay Bambani is author and CEO at BSPL India. Mr. Venkatesh, hi, welcome to the show. First, what's the sense that you make of what RBI did? Because markets had factored in a quarter basis point interest rate hike. The inflation numbers, whether retail or WPI, have been on the higher side as well. How have you read the RBI's action?
The market had expected 25 basis point hike, but our house view was essentially there will not be any rate hike at all. He will maintain status quo. Fortunately, we were proved to be correct in that assessment. We believe that whatever was the inflation which had spiked, we believe that this could be a spike at the highest at this particular point of time, and the trajectory will start coming down. And hopefully, the trajectory will be within the RBI's comfort level. The second thing is essentially that the growth also takes precedence at this particular point of time. So I think he has looked at calibrating between growth and inflation. And the third thing that he had looked at it is essentially the external situation of maybe the currency has become stable at this particular point of time. So he was okay with holding on to the rates, hoping that if there is a QE tapering, because of that there could be again a volatility in the currency, then maybe he can again use the interest rate channel to take control of the exchange rate movement.
Mr. Venkatesh, you mentioned about the international markets, and after the RBI policy, it's now the Fed meeting tonight that the markets are awaiting. What's your understanding on what kind of a guidance we could be hearing from that?
My assessment is that they may not do the tapering at this particular point of time. I personally believe that the tapering should start sometime during Jan, if not March. The assessment of their economy is that in any case the labor numbers are not, unemployment numbers have not come out so low. So to that much extent, I think they will wait for the labor numbers to come within their comfort level. Inflation also has not picked up, so they are okay with that. The growth is only at around 3.6. So I think fairly, I would say that they are getting some good numbers, but they would like to wait and see how the numbers are panning out on maybe a couple of months before they start the tapering. That gives us, for the Indian economy, a window of opportunity to set ourselves right. And I think the RBI governor has been very pragmatic and very positive in holding on to the rates at this particular juncture.
Mr. Venkatesh, then in that light, where do you see the rupee performing then? Are you expecting further appreciation in the markets tomorrow? How do you see the rupee opening up?
The rupee, one thing is essentially, even in RBI governor's speech, he has been talking, saying that the current account deficit will be controlled, the gold imports will still remain, sort of thing. So to that much extent, the deficit will be somewhere around $45 to $55 billion, which is a great saving compared to the earlier year of around $80 billion. So that saving is there, which gives some strength. In addition to that, the capital flows are coming in. Maybe debt flows are not coming to that great extent. The new multinational companies are trying to acquire stakes or buy back shares. That will bring more foreign currency into the market, in addition to the export markets looking up. So overall, I think the rupee should trade anywhere between 61.5 to 62.5. So with the bias of it moving down to around 61, 70, 75 levels.
Vijay, getting you in the conversation as well. I mean, the kind of choppy move that we have seen, 61.77 to a closing of 62.09. How does it look on charts, and how do you see the rupee really absorbing all the news that's coming in?
Manisha, I think the RBI not tweaking the interest rates was a pleasant surprise for the markets, but unfortunately, the strength in the rupee was kind of short-lived. And that basically takes us back to the same equation of 60.70 in the cash, which would translate to 61 levels in the prompt month futures in the currency derivative segment, give or take 20 paise for some turbulence, as the maximum scope of appreciation for the rupee probably till the end of the December month. I think should there be any kind of news triggers which would be negative for the rupee, the potential for the dollar to appreciate is up to 63 and a quarter. I don't foresee the dollar going beyond 63 and a quarter in the month of December itself, and the rupee to be therefore range bound between 61 on one side and 63 and a quarter on the other side. Both levels are pertaining to the futures rates rather than the spot market.
Well, that's about the rupee. Mr. Venkatesh, how would you read how the bond yields have performed? We are trading at around 2-week lows. That's how it shut shop today. How do you, or what would you want to read into that?
I would say that the market had discounted a 25 basis point hike. Because of that, it went all the way to, say, 892, those sort of levels. When the market got a pleasant surprise of the rate being held, I think it has reacted and come down to, say, around 878 levels. Hopefully, I think the bond market should trade anywhere between 10-year should trade anywhere between 875 to 885 levels at this particular juncture.
Final question, Mr. Venkatesh. How do you see the rupee performing for the rest of 2013? Now, next week we would start seeing holiday and thinning volumes and moves there. In that sense, where would your range be?
I would say this up to the month end, we should see, say, around 61 half level getting tested.
All right, Mr. Venkatesh, thank you so much for joining us with your sense on currency and what to expect from Fed as well today in the evening. Remember, that's the crucial event for the day today.